guys. I'll go either way, but I suppose I'll start here. How's the mood in the camp, and how much are you looking forward to coming out here tomorrow night when this stadium's packed to the rafters?
We're really excited. We're feeling pretty confident. We've had a pretty good preparation coming into this game, and coming in here today it's pretty cool. It's an awesome stadium, so we're really looking forward to it.
Kennedy, how big is this challenge for your girls, considering there's quite a bit of Olympic experience on the Opals side? You've got a pretty young side in your group.
Yeah, it's always a challenge, but at the same time, the Opals are probably housing a very young team themselves, and obviously missing a lot of players that potentially could have been in this program. So we're not going to worry too much about who the Opals have. We're pretty confident in the players we've got. We're very confident in the campaign and our build-up that we've had, and we'll be coming in backing ourselves 100%.
How fierce is this rivalry with Australia?
Oh, I mean, we're all off the court. We're all friends. We all know each other, and we've all been sharing the same development platform in the WNBL for many years now. But obviously, once you put the New Zealand singlet on, the New Zealand polo for the coaches here, it's a very fierce rivalry, and we certainly leave nothing wanting on the floor. So both teams will definitely be getting after it.
Kennedy, how do you think the girls will handle the big crowd here and the big arena? Because it's not very often the 12 Ferns get a chance at a big stadium like this.
Yeah, again, I mean, we've been away in Asia and we've played against with big crowds before. It's not going to be a big issue for us. Sometimes I think younger players, you could get caught up in the moment a little, but at the end of the day, we'll do our best, and I'm sure they'll do their best to keep themselves focused on the task at hand.
Not having Liz Campage in the Opals squad, that must make you feel, fairly happy you don't have to come up against her.
Yeah, look, and again, I think it's an incredible loss for the Opals not to have her, and obviously, that means we have one less player we have to worry about. But at the same time, both teams house a lot of quality players, and again, the best teams that are available for both groups are on the court. So again, New Zealand will have their best team that can represent us, and Australia have the best team that can represent them, and again, we're just looking forward to the challenge, and we'll spend more time worrying about what we're going to do on the floor and how we're going to beat Australia, as opposed to who they have and what we may have to do to stop X player.
Jock, how's the excitement, mate? Obviously, it's going to be a full house tomorrow night. We're very, very close to it, and it looks a treat. You guys are all excited?
I'm sure everybody will be. We've got practice this afternoon. When they walk in, they'll know what it's about. But just us walking in here brings back fantastic memories. I've coached here in the NBL, and it's where we should play all the time, every team, whether it be WNBL, NBL, but, this is just going to be a major event for everybody.
And the big screens, you might have to stop yourself from looking at yourself on them life size up there.
I think we'll be fine, maybe.
Yeah, look, now you mentioned it, I'll make sure I do take a peek up there.
What are your memories of this place? Because obviously at one stage when basketball was up and firing, this used to be packed out from week to week, and we haven't seen it here for a while. Yeah,
well, in the 90s, the Magic and the Tigers obviously had full houses in the finals, and one of my memories isn't real good, by the way. I was coaching the Wollongong Hawks, and Mum had, when she was around, the auntie came, we're all excited about coming to the tennis centre. We lost by 40, so my first or second year coaching the Hawks. So, but look, it's just that, as we know, Melbourne people love sport. They'd go to two flies fighting for a championship, and it's just magnificent. We've got a full house, and for me it's pretty special because it's my hometown as well.
Jock, you're going to fire them up. I know you like a bit of fire and brimstone in your message to the girls. Are you going to try and draw on that a bit tomorrow night, do you think? Or?
You'd be surprised, Nick. I'm pretty low-key before the games, and Laura could probably tell you. It's all about really the preparation and the process, and send us some messages of what we need to do. And because I think the girls will be fired up anyway. They won't need any firing up. It's a pretty special night.
How important is it as Australians that we don't let New Zealand get one up on us?
Oh, look, it's really important. It's key to win this basketball game. As we know, usually sometimes it's a 3-game series, so you can probably get 2 out of 3, and that's what you need to do. You're flirting with danger if you drop this first one, and then you have to go over there. So. And you want to try and win by as many points as you can. If you get that opportunity to get on top, you want to stay on top and keep building. So it's crucial.
Laura, has the nerves kicked in, I guess, or is there a bit of a resolve around the group at the moment, or how would you sort of describe the mindset at the moment?
I think everyone's just really excited at the moment, and this is my first time into Rod Laver, so to be able to tomorrow night come in and actually play a basketball game here is just so exciting. But I think once we walk into the stadium tomorrow, there'll be those nerves, but I think that's why a good warm-up, you can run them out, and I think we'll be ready to go.
I imagine not many of the team would have played here before. How do you think they're going to handle it?
I think it's exciting. I think because we're in our home stadium and we've got 15,000 people cheering for us, and I think that just gives you a good confidence. And we've been training so hard this year and since March, so I think everyone's just ready to go. And I think the girls at the moment, they seem very relaxed and excited.
You're confident that you're going to win?
I think you always have to be confident, but it's not going to be easy, and we've got a good rivalry with New Zealand, and I think that if we just go through the process and sort of, that old one play at a time thing, will be fine. And it's like an 80-minute game, so it's a little bit different, but every quarter is really important.
How intense is that rivalry? Do you expect things to get pretty willing out there?
I think it certainly will get quite physical, and but that's good. That's good for women's sport. It's good for basketball, and it's good for young kids to be able to watch us play, because there's so many times that young Australians don't get to watch the Opals play in Australia. So I think it's really good for them, and I hope that everyone's watching how skilled we are. So it's very important.
Obviously, massive game tomorrow night. You probably will go in as the underdogs, but we know from experience you always like to take it up physically to the Boomers. How's the preparation been?
Probably going as underdogs. Look, it's the way it is. It's the way it is for Tall Blacks in general. And if you're a betting man, it's probably the smart move. But for us, we've got to come in with confidence and believe in ourselves. But at the same time, we realise it's going to be a hell of a challenge.
Is it something you embrace, that underdog tag?
Embrace, and I think we're used to. We're used to it. It's whoever we play around the world, we're usually playing as the underdog, and against the Boomers, especially with the lineup they have. But I think we're more comfortable playing from this position.
Mika, playing together so much, especially a lot of your squad plays in the breakers, does that give you an advantage, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you have that cohesion within a team and you can sustain that over long periods of time, it's going to help you out a lot. And I think that's something that we're going to try and lean on towards in this series.
Is it going to be intimidating for you guys coming up against so many NBA stars?
Intimidation, look, I think we have a lot of respect for the Boomers, but in terms of intimidation, I think you've got to take a page out of the Boomers book. You've got to come in here with confidence, and that's something, as a group, we really believe in ourselves.
You haven't come up against Andrew Bogut for a while. He's obviously had a bit of a back strain. Do you feel like you might be able to work him over physically?
We'll have to see about that. Bogut's a class act, and he'll know exactly what to do. I think everybody in the team's really looking forward to all those kind of matchups.
Mika, we know how you play personally in the way your physical nature. Do you expect the whole team to go in with that mindset?
Yes, I do think so. I mean, I think anybody that's seen these series over the number of years knows that this is going to be a physical series, whether it's from us or the Boomers. It's going to be one of those ones where you're just going to have to put your hard hat on and just make sure you go out there and play hard.
Will you perform the haka before the game?
Yes, we will, yep.
Paul, we've had a bit of disruption. The Brandons have lost Dante, they've lost Paddy. Does that give you any kind of advantage or help? You guys have been pretty settled for a while.
I think for the Boomers it's tough to lose guys through injury, but they've been able to replace them with quality players, and I'm sure they'll bounce back okay. In terms of, from our point of view, we've had a real focus on ourselves through the majority of our campaign, and obviously been doing some homework in the background. We're lucky. We know who Paddy Mills is and what he's all about.
Do you expect him to be underdone, or how do you expect him to be tomorrow night?
Oh, look, Paddy's he's a world-class player. He's an NBA champion, and he takes pride in playing for his country. That's one of the things I really love about him, is that he's always available and wanting to put on the green and gold. And I think once he's maybe a week with the team, but that'll be enough to get himself reintegrated with the group.
Well, when you see the big stadium here, you see the NBA guys on the Australian side, you feel a little disappointed you couldn't get Stephen Adams or Kirk Penny on the side as well to showcase your elite guys?
Oh, look, I'm just really happy with the group we have. we've had this group together for a long time now. We've been together for over a month, and we're more than comfortable with the team that we have. Just about any team in the world, I don't think anyone ever plays with their full team. For us, it's no different. I just know that these guys are ready for this challenge.
And I suppose guys like Webster and Abercrombie and even Cloder, some of those guys can have a good chance to showcase themselves in the big arena against some NBA guys. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, these guys are well-known names in New Zealand and maybe not so much over here, but they've all had quality careers so far, and in terms of the build-up with our team through Europe and China, they've all played extremely well. So, I know I'm being repetitive here, but they're all really excited for this opportunity to play here.
Paulie, what about the build-up and preparation for you? First major championship as a head coach?
Yeah, it's been fun. This is, for me, it's the dream job. To be able to represent my country and lead our national team into such an important series. It's just been a real honour for me. And just sort of taking time out, sitting in a chair over there, just thinking about what it'll be like in just over 24 hours' time. I talk about the players being excited, but myself as well. Really looking forward to the challenge, and to be going up against old mate Andrej over here is going to be really fun.
Not too many secrets between you two, is there?
No, not really. I mean, we know each other well, and through how the game is seen now, there's game tapes left, right, and centre of we're able to see their games in Europe, and I'm sure they've seen all of our games from Europe and China. So, both teams will go in reasonably prepared for the opposition.
Andrej, how's it feel to walk out here and have a look at how the arena looks?
It's great. I think the court looks great, and for me brings back good memories of walking back here in 1992 and playing in the championship game against the Tigers. So looking forward to playing here tomorrow night.
You're looking forward to seeing the stadium packed out like that again?
Yeah, absolutely. I remember back then it was a real buzz and a fantastic atmosphere, and tomorrow seeing it hopefully full of green and gold shirts and singlets will be a nice touch, and hopefully the crowd gets into it as well and makes it a great atmosphere.
It's always a strong rivalry against New Zealand, no matter what sport it is. It's important to sort of keep one up above New Zealand, no matter what sport it is, I guess.
Well, I mean, the ultimate thing we're playing for is pretty important, the qualifying berth to the Olympic Games. So I know both teams will obviously be fired up and ready to go, and I think part of the challenge will be to not go over the top and ensure that we play with a poise that's going to give us an opportunity to be successful.
Brad, what does it mean to you to come back home and play in front of a packed home crowd?
Really exciting. Obviously most of the guys now are in Europe and in the States, so any chance we get to play in front of our friends and family, we lap it up, and we're just looking forward to doing our best for the country.
What's the atmosphere like between you guys and New Zealand? It's obviously a pretty intense rivalry. Is there a real genuine dislike there once you get out on the court?
Yeah, I think it's funny because a lot of the guys we play against, well, most of the guys play against the New Zealand guys week in, week out in domestic comp. So, once we hit the court, it's all business, and it'll be on, that's for sure.
They just said it's going to be a game where it's put the hard hats on and it could get pretty physical. Are you expecting that to happen?
Oh, without doubt. That's the way they've gone about their business, and we play with an element of toughness too. So you'll see, a great contest, and hopefully we come out on top.
Brad, how are the guys playing together? Are they, considering you have to make a couple of changes, are the guys clicking pretty well?
Yeah, we're doing well. What we've done as a program the last few years is we've kind of kept the same kind of group. It's almost like we're a regular team. Like we pick things up pretty quickly, and I think that's been smart by the staff, is just to do it that way. And guys have come in and out, and they've stayed in touch with the program, and I think we'll be fine.
And how's Paddy looked? You've played a lot with him. How's he looked in the few days he's been here?
Yeah, he's slotted in nicely. He's picked up on things. He's buying into it, and we're really happy to have him back because he's a great talent. He's great for the sport, and just looking forward to getting out there with him.
In terms of the collection of talent, you've been around the Boomer scene for a while. Is this the best squad, or most talented squad that you've been a part of?
Yeah, it's right up there. Obviously, we're missing a couple other pretty good guys in Joey and Bainesy. They're pretty well talented guys as well, but this is definitely one of the most talented teams I've been involved with, and it's an honour to be involved with the group, and we want to go through and get that qualification done.
Would you like to see a European-type atmosphere in the stadium tomorrow night, with the crowd really getting on top of them?
Oh, the security guards might have to turn their eyes away, let a few things in, a few lighters and some coins and glass bottles and those kind of things, but I don't know if we can get some flares going, but it's a little bit different for me coming back. Hopefully there'll be plenty of noise and the colours will be good and it should be fun.
Andrej, might ask a similar question to you. Is it the most talented Australian squad that you've seen assembled?
It's one of those things I always don't like comparing teams to, across the generations. I guess that's hard to do. But if your definition is players playing minutes in the NBA, players playing minutes in significant competitions in Europe, you'd have to say that it's as high as it's ever been.
New Zealand saying they're going to come out and get physical. Is that a tactic that you think they'll use to try and throw you guys off your game, and do you have to be careful that that doesn't become too much of a focus?
I mean, that's the way they play. It's nothing new for us. We, as Brad said, we're also, I guess, a pretty competitive team, and it's at the end of the day, the referees will control how the game goes. We'll play by the rules, and we'll do what we do, and they do what they do.
And Andrew Bogut's had a fairly low-key build-up. He's declared himself a certain starter, but are you comfortable with the preparation he's had for the game?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been great, and like everybody, we've just been smart with managing everybody to this point. The most important time for us was tomorrow night, August the 15th. That's the game that counts, and so we've tried to ensure that we've managed load to get everybody right for that game.